Okay, so what we've got is once we get those base wires out, then we can take a flat nose pliers and bring them out to get them flush with the top of my pliers. I also use these kind of as a depth gauge thing. And then I'm gonna just take some clippers and clip these out about an eighth to a quarter of an inch. Just enough to give me a little bit of a tail to work with here. Because then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the flat nose pliers and I'm gonna take each one of the external wires that's gonna be my bail, and I'm gonna bring them out an angle, depending on however much I feel like, to get them so they're out like that. And then I put a little bit of a curve on them on each side, turning them just about maybe 5 degrees or so, just enough. So when I get ready to do this next step, I take some kind of round nose pliers, whatever size. I mean, you could use these probably, but I like these because they're uniform size. And then what I do is I just take these and I put them inside the wire like that, and then I just start to bring it over to get it where I want it to make the bail. And then when I get down to here, I eyeball it to estimate what kind of, oops, I don't want that to happen. My wires will split apart. They get really testy if you let them get free. So that's why, the other reason I love these parallel pliers, because they really bind that wire up and don't let it get away. So then what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that this is as close to and flush as I can get it, because that becomes really important here in just a second. So I get it down like that, and then I eyeball it to see where we are on the bail, and then I get it where I want it, and then I take the flat nose pliers, and even with where I want the edge of the wire to come down, that's where I do that. And then here at the base of it, I do this to bring it up off the face of the stone. And then what I'm going to do is hold all this in place and just flip these pliers to the front. So now I'm looking at the back, and I'm going to repeat the exact same process on the back side that I just did on the front, so I have an exact uniform bail on both sides. And I get it down so it's right up against the stone, as close as I can get it. And then I take the flat nose pliers, get them in here to get an approximate even with the top of the bail. And then I get a little twist, another little twist down here, right there. Then I'm going to do this, where I replace the big broad nose parallel pliers with the smaller nose parallel pliers, because that frees me up so I can get a good look in there to see where all this is, so I can get all that flush and make it nice and tight, so that way it all comes together and it all looks as close to uniform as I can get it. So when I put the wrap around, the wrap wire around here, then all I got to do, I'll take and I'll just wrap wire around here, and then I just pull each one of these up and then snip them right here, and that's my bail. Hope that works for you.